is OG Big Name, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and comment for more videos. So today, actually, I don't want to waste you guys' time. I'm basically going to show you people talk about Breakerblock. Breakerblock is one of the PDRAs that I'm going to be focusing on today. So guys, let's get to it.
So as I said earlier, I'm going to show you guys a particular PDRA which is called Breaker. Why I'm going to talk about Breakerblock is because of some of my friends. They meet me, they say they don't really understand what is Breakerblock and other things. What are the criteria that makes Breakerblock valid? So today video is not going to be like other video where I'm going to show you guys what I did and what I didn't do. Why I'm personally doing this video again is last week I didn't take trades. Last week was basically Christmas and other stuff, so I left the market. I didn't do anything. I just said that let me leave it till we enter new year. So but I'm dropping this video to just educate those people that want to know about Breakerblock. What are those things they need to see to make a Breakerblock valid? So let's get to it now. So but before I continue, some of you may be asking me what is PDRA, because they have hierarchy of PDRA. So according to ICT, it says that PDRA stands for premium and discount arrangement. You can see it here, premium and discount arrangement, and is used as a checklist to determine the trade entry point in the market. You understand? So this is just practically telling you guys places that you should watch out when you are taking your entries, whether it's in a discount area or is in a premium area. That is what PDRA means. So now heading to, let me show you guys some example of Breakerblock and what you need to see for a Breakerblock to be valid. So these are my distinct chart. Now remember, a Breakerblock is a failed order block. So all those things you just hear, Breakerblock is a failed order block. If you can clearly see, this is another block. This is another block. This is another block here. It's sweat liquidity, break structure. But although this other block has inducement, this is an inducement on the other block. This is an inducement. But the other block was not able to hold price. That's when it becomes a Breakerblock. Now look at it. It's now a Breakerblock. Now, what makes this Breakerblock to be valid is that a Breakerblock must have an inducement. One. This is an inducement. A Breakerblock must sweep liquidity. Look at here, it swept this liquidity here. You see it? That is what makes this Breakerblock valid. And watch, immediately price came back, tapped into the breaker, market do it bought immediately. So I'm going to write it down here now. A Breakerblock must have an inducement. 2, it must sweep liquidity. And thirdly, a Breakerblock must be in line with the trend. You don't just see Breakerblock anywhere and you just say it will hold because you have inducement and sweep liquidity. It must be in line with the trend. Like here now, this Breakerblock was in line with the trend. We are now in an uptrend. Immediately broke out. It was in line. That is what makes it valid. Now let's go for another one. This is one example. Okay, this is for buy. This is for buy example on Breaker. Now let's see the sell example. I marked all this out so that this video won't be that long. Okay, now look at this. This is another block. This is another block. Although the other block has an inducement, but market couldn't hold it because of the strong momentum. Look at the strong momentum used to break out of that other block. Now this other block become what? Breaker block. What made this breaker block valid? First, this is an inducement. Did it sweep this liquidity? Yes, it swept this liquidity. If you can see closely with this my dotted line, it swept this liquidity. That's what made this breaker what? Valid. Just put your this thing. Make sure that that area you marked as the breaker block, your SA is above it a bit, like this. It's better like this. So once market go deeper and goes beyond, you know that breaker block will hold, as you can see here. Then the market held. I immediately sold. I think I took this trade on my live account. Yeah, I think. Now this is the sell setup on breaker block. Now let's look for another sell setup, then buy. Okay, I didn't mark any breaker block here. Let me see, is there any breaker block here? Is there any OB? No OB. Okay, this is an OB here. Did he fail? No. No. So there is no valid breaker here. Let's keep going. Okay, this is the one I marked again. Now this is an OB. Why is this an OB? Sweat liquidity broke out of this high. That's what made here an OB. Oh, see, it has an inducement again. This is an inducement. Because some people may be wondering, this is not an OB. This is an OB, very valid OB. Look at the inducement. You understand? So, but this OB couldn't hold price, although it reacted a bit, but it wasn't strong to hold price. What happened? Market broke out of it. Now, this breakout that market did the breaker have inducement? Let's see. Let me draw it closer. Nah, this is it. Did the breaker have inducement? Yeah, it has. This is an inducement. This is an inducement. Did the breaker sweep liquidity? Yeah, it swept this high. That's what made it break. Immediately it tapped here, it sold. This is how to know if your breaker is going to be valid. And another question, is this breaker that I took, is it in line with the current trend? Yeah, it's in line with the current trend. Although, if you can look closely here, all here, what we had all here was what? Market was just accumulating. You understand? It was accumulating. Then it broke out. For those people that have pure accumulation, distribution, and all those things, then it broke out, came back, tested here. And remember, there's a liquidity pool here. This is a liquidity. It can sweep this liquidity. Then market continue buying upwards. If you can see clearly. So let's see, is there another example for this breaker? Let me see. I can't call this a valid OB. No, this is not a valid OB. I can't call that a valid OB. Let's see. Okay, I marked out another one here. Okay, look at it. Now, this is an OB. See, the OB has inducement. It tapped in, reacted, but the OB couldn't hold price to keep going down. What did market do? Market broke out of the OB. In the process of breaking it, it formed inducement. This is an inducement, right? Swept this high, then it kept buying. But me, I know that in most cases when market does this, the breaker, it will still come back to the breaker and buy off. I think I took this trade too. Okay, no, I didn't take this trade exactly. I waited here. This is where I took this trade around this OB again. And you see, just target the high. And it hits TP. Sweet trade. There are many instances I can give you guys. Okay, this is on gold, right? Yeah, this is on gold. Wait, let's see. I mapped out one example on BTC too. So let's see the BTC on. Let's just see the BTC. These are all trades. This would have been more easier if I have subscribed for replay, but I didn't do that, so just bear with me with this. Okay, this is an example I marked out here. Okay, let's start from here. This was the one I first marked out, and let's see why market didn't come there. Okay, this is an OB, a very valid OB. As you can see, very valid OB. Market came, broke it out with strong momentum, created inducement, but it looks like the market momentum was too much. If not, market would have swept this high, come back to this breaker and buy off. But market didn't do that, so that's just it. This is another way to spot a valid breaker. Assuming it had broken this high first, surely it would have come back here, but it didn't do that and continue buying. Now this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. This is a valid OB. If you can see, had an inducement, market tapped into it, bought aggressively, came back, tapped that OB. And remember, if an OB has already been retested, there are low probability for that OB to hold. So that is why market came. It tapped here, but look at the momentum used. The momentum was not strong. That's why it came back, tapped again. But it seems that buyers are no longer active in the market. The buyers are becoming weak. Then what happened next? It broke the OB. Broke the OB downward and created what's called breaker block. Then creating that breaker block created inducement, swept this previous and low candle. Then it came back, tapped into the breaker, and delivered massively. It delivered massively. This is it. And since then it has been doing that. And this place now, I can't really call here. For some people that will be wondering, is this now an OB? To me, I can't really call here an OB. I can't really call here an OB. Reason for that is that I didn't see any sweep, and I didn't see any break. So that's why I won't call here a valid OB. So if I'm going to take this trade, I would have taken this trade from what they call FVG engineered liquidity. Around here, this is where I would have taken this trade if I'm going to take this particular trade. For some of you that will be wondering, is this not an OB? This is not an OB, guys. So this is where we're going to stop today. This is what I'm going to stop today. So if you have any question, and I may not have enough time most time to come and be explaining all these PDR arrays, because they have different PDR. They have FVG. FVG is a PDR array. They have old lows and old highs. All those things are PDR arrays. Then we have they have rejection block. Rejection block is a PDR array, and other there are many. So if you like me to talk about them, you can comment. Let me see. As for now, this is where I'll stop. And guys, please remember, like and subscribe, comment what you think, and let's grow. Yeah, see you guys next Sunday.